When you were a kid, did you ever see people hit folks on the back because they were choking or coughing?
Do you ever suffer from cough and congestion during the winter?
Have you ever had a congested baby that was too young to take medication?
If so, we have 2 helpful tips for you to manage this year's cold and flu season. In this episode of A Blind Guide,
His life and their life.
today we're going to talk about 2 things that you can do during cold and flu season to manage chest congestion. Now, LaQuita Marie, these practices you learned throughout your 26 years of being a nurse in hospital settings and in-home nursing. So you want to talk about the first one today?
Yeah, sure. The first one is percussive therapy. So we're going to give you a live witness account or an actual example of percussive therapy where you cup your hands like this and you simply go up the person's back, up and down their back on each side while they're taking deep breaths or regular breaths, and it makes them cough. It opens up those airways. Now the second one is a technique that it's just deep breathing. If you're by yourself, you can do this. It's a lung exercise. It opens up your airways. It's really effective. So the way it works is you simply take a deep breath in with your mouth in and ease. So Corey, you can show them this technique as we explain it. So go ahead and start to take a deep breath in, very deep, and hold it. And then when you think you can't take any more air, you're gonna take in a little bit more. All right, and then you're just gonna hold that for about 5 seconds and you're forcing the air into those smaller airways. And then you're going to slowly exhale with your mouth in an O. Just let it out. And then when you get to the end of that breath, we should hear that senior citizen sound because we want to hear you pushing out all of that air. Hear that?
No, it's not a fake cough. It really does work and clear congestion.
It makes you cough. It's effective. It's a lung exercise. And so that is the reason why it works. So
this is good for having to get out of the swimming pool because, you know, there have been things where they say people do what's called dry drownings where they'll have water in their lungs because they've been playing or laughing in the pool. So you can do this to clear out those lungs, that water out of your lungs, or phlegm if it's cold and flu season.
Absolutely. Phlegm if it's cold and flu season. And me, I used to suffer with bronchitis every year. This is one way I would not have that happen. I could ward off the cough.
And this is not medical advice. If you feel congested and you want to go to the doctor, definitely seek your doctor's advice. But again, these are proven techniques that you learned as a nurse over those 30,000 years that you've been working as a nurse.
So let's go ahead and get some clients in here so that we can show you how to do this on real life subjects.
All right, let's go.
I couldn't breathe at first. I couldn't talk on the phone. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even bathe myself without sitting down in the shower. Just a few minutes of just breathing deep and exercising my lungs. I feel a lot better. This happened like maybe 5 hours ago. I'm a whole different person now. And chest exercises really did work because they told me to come home and just shut myself in a room. No fresh air, no nothing. So I'm in a room breathing this nasty stale air. But I come outside and do these exercises and it's like basically nature is healing myself inside out.
After chest PT last week, how did you feel?
Before the chest exercise, I feel congested, hard to breathe. After the chest exercise, it was easier to breathe. I relaxed more, took a nice hot shower, and I did the breathing exercise, and I went straight to sleep, no problem. Normally, I would be in there coughing up cold, the stuff inside me. After the chest exercise, I didn't have the problem no more. I went to sleep, slept real good.
25 years ago, my son was born with chronic asthma. He was sent home from the hospital with a nebulizer. We went to the emergency room repeatedly. One time we went in, I had an older doctor that told me to try a technique which included me setting him on my lap and patting his back in a circular motion. I used it quite a bit and it cut down on taking him to the emergency room, and I was able to keep him home. And because we used that technique, it helped to break up whatever was going on in his lungs and causing him to have the breathing problems. It helped him to breathe better, and it helped them to live a much better life.
I just finished my round of chest exercises, and I will say I do feel a lot better, like breathing with my chest as well as my nose. Like my sinuses are wide open, I can breathe. I'm more aware of what's going on now. I'm more alert. I can still walk. And I will say, do at least 3 rounds of it. Get a slight cough, like a nice O with your mouth, and then take a sip of water, and then repeat. And it really, really helps. Like I feel myself taking in more and more air than I did before. So each time I do it, I take in more and more air, and I really feel it like in my lower back, like in my lower lungs. Like I feel like it's expanding and I'm holding the air. And when I push it out, I really feel it like collapsing and opening back. It really works.